Salutations all, and welcome to Basic Public Speaking. I am your instructor, Christy Thomas. This is the video chat discussion about the description and requirements for your first main speech, which is an informative speech of introduction. You are just introducing yourself to me. I've introduced myself to you. Now I want to get to know you. And this is the best way. Well, this is our first step into knowing each other. Technical requirements. Let's get that out of the way. There are no outlines due. This is your very first speech. I just want to get to know you. I don't really have a time limit, but I would love for you to hear you for at least 2 minutes. So practice talking out loud to hit that 2-minute mark. But there will be no deductions on time if you go under. I just like to shoot for 2 minutes. That's me. Anyway, this is a speech of introduction, and there are 5 points that I would love for you to hit in your introduction speech. Let's get into it, shall we? First and foremost, introduce yourself. This is the name that appears on my roster, but if you have another name that you want to go by, please put that here as well. That way, I can try to do my very best to remember the name you prefer to go by. And you can also shoot me an email as well if you want to ensure that I have your preferred name. You know, say your name is Robert, but you go by Bob. Or let's say that your roster name is Janice, but maybe you want to go by Jewel, or maybe you want to go by Daisy. I don't know. But if you have a name that you prefer to go by that's not on the roster, do that in your introduction. So process one, step one, point one. First point, introduce yourself. That's pretty straightforward. Let's go into point 2, shall we? Here we're going to discuss future endeavors. What do I mean by here? Okay, if you have an institution that you're going to school after ACTC courses, let's talk about it. Or if there's like a dream school, if cost and travel were not an issue, or a block per se, what would be a dream institution? Or perhaps you're seeking a certain degree. Talk about that, or your career path that you are on. Or you can talk about what would be like a dream career. Again, if you could snap your fingers and have any job you wanted, what would that be? What would that look like? Or you can talk about, so in this, it's the future portion is you can talk about an institution or a career or a degree you're seeking, or if you could snap your fingers and have any job or any career in the world, what would that be? Or a future dream. You could even talk about dreams. You know, perhaps you think it'd be cool to be a professional makeup artist, or perhaps you want to be a professional vlogger, or you just want to be someone that sits on the beach all day with their feet in the sand reading a book. All that is fabulous. Talk about that. Talk about it all. Whatever you want to hear, just future world. Like for me, future endeavors, if you'd asked me when I was younger, I had 2 career paths. I was going to be an archaeologist, or I was going to be an actress. And then I went to college, and as I got older, I decided I didn't want to be an actress anymore. I wanted to do costumes and makeup in theater. And I was on that career trajectory for a while, and then I changed career paths. And the beauty is that we're always evolving. And this is one of those things, like I said, you can talk about something that would be a dream. You know, perhaps when you were younger, you wanted to be an astronaut, or you want to make your own makeup line, or you want to custom build cars and have a big garage where you do that. Or, you know, perhaps you want to discover the Loch Ness Monster. I don't know. You want to be president. That's fabulous. Just talk about that here. So you can go realistic, or, you know, again, just snap your fingers and be whatever you wanted to be, and do whatever you want to do wherever you wanted to do it, with nothing keeping you from doing so. You know, if you wanted to go to school in Europe, you could by snapping your fingers and it'd be free. Whatever the case may be here. You can discuss all that. All right, so you're introducing yourself and you're talking about future world. The next point I want you to discuss is stuff widely known. What I mean by this is that people that know you, they know this about you. It's known. So it could be a hobby, it could be a career, it could be, when I say widely known, let's stay in the realm of positivity. So it could, you know, it's just something fun that people know about you. It could be perhaps you're naturally redhead, or perhaps it's an extracurricular activity. It could be cheerleading, it could be gymnastics, it could be baseball or basketball or soccer. It could be hobby or a group that you're in. You know, perhaps you're in the drama club. Perhaps you are, you're a fisherman. Perhaps you work at a vet. Perhaps you work at a restaurant, or, you know, perhaps you're an artist, or you make jewelry, or you're really good with cars, or you are an avid shoe collector, whatever the case may be here, that you, people know that about it. They go, oh, that's what I know them for. My hair color is something people know me for. It's ever changing. You will see multiple variations of hair colors of me in videos throughout this course. I like to play in makeup, and I like food. And when I say I like food, I like to be in the kitchen. I like to create dishes and lunches and all that for my kids. I'm one of those people that go a little overboard in making lunches for the kids. So that's something known about me, that everybody knows about me. So our first 3 points is introducing yourself, future endeavors, and something commonly known. Then there's not so commonly known. Now, let me stop you here. I don't need to know. I don't want deep, dark secrets. You don't have to go that route. When I say not commonly known, it's just not something everybody automatically knows about you. A few people know, you know, it could be your friends and your partner or family members. They know this about you, but not everybody knows it. So when I say that, perhaps you are a book nerd and not everybody knows that. Or maybe you're really good at playing harmonica, but that's not something everybody commonly knows. Or perhaps you can do like some crazy flips and not everybody knows that about you. Or maybe you've seen a person in concert like 4 or 5 times and not everybody knows that you've gone. Or maybe you go to Comic-Cons, or you're a cosplayer, or you're a part-time botanist. I'm saying that I'm outside, I'm looking at trees. I get really distracted. You know, something not commonly known. But again, please don't divulge deep, dark secrets here. I'm not asking for that. Just something not as commonly known, but it's still cool and quirky. Some things that are maybe not as commonly known about me is that I used to be an avid Dungeons and Dragons player. Loved it, played it all the time. But perhaps, you know, currently that's not a commonly known about me situation. The same. I also used to really love The Sims. Like, I played it all the time. I don't play it as much. Like, I don't really play it anymore, but like, Sims was my jam. That's something not commonly known about me. That's what I'm talking about here, you know. Used to be a big book nerd, don't read as much now. Again, that's not so commonly known about this era of me. All right, with that being said, so the 4 so far is we've introduced ourselves, future endeavors, stuff commonly known about ourselves, and stuff not as commonly known, but people know, but nothing. I don't need deep secrets here, folks. Just, you know, go for something interesting, quirky, fun, festive. And then finally, the very last point I want you to discuss in this speech is what makes you smile? What brings joy to your chaos? What brings a calm to your world? What makes you happy? Things that make me happy. My wildlings. They also bring my chaos, but they are my happy chaos. Things that also make me smile. A delicious warm brownie when it first comes out of the oven. Or a perfectly fall day where it's not too hot that you feel like the sun's attacking you, like in Super Mario, but there's a cool breeze. But you don't need like a jacket. Making tasty treats in the kitchen brings me a smile. Like, just chilling, making treats, and hanging out with I'm boring, hanging out with my kids. These are all things that make me smile, that bring me joy. sometimes in the summer it's rolling down my windows and listening to the perfect song, and there's a breeze going through my hair. And also sinking my toes in the sand bring me joy. It's just, there's just a calmness when I'm at the beach that even with like running around chasing my kids, I still have a calmness. Anyway, folks, this is the introduction speech, meaning speech 1. No outline is due, really no time limit in speaking. You know, try to shoot for 2 minutes. But you have the 5 points. Introduce yourself, future world, commonly known, not so commonly known, and what brings a smile to your face, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. Folks, I cannot wait to hear your speeches and get to know you. If you have any questions or concerns, as always, please reach out to me and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Have an amazing day and a fabulous week. Thanks so much. Bye.